Hey everyone, this is Angelo from In the Tech Room, and I just want to show you guys the ongoing Labor Day deal sale for Lenovo, and it's a clearance sale, and it's also what do you call this? One of those last minute deals from Lenovo. So this is worth checking out. So I have peripherals, laptops, desktops, which have a pretty good discount. So let's start with our first item, the ThinkPad X1. So the ThinkPad X1, it went down to $1,533.95 from $2,789. That's 45% off. So if you're looking at the processor here, we have Intel Core Ultra 5 135U V Pro processor. So that's basically a 12-core processor with a total of 14 threads. Great for multitasking, as well as maybe we can say light gaming. It doesn't have a graphics card though, but it does have it's running on integrated Intel graphics. It features 16 gigabytes of DDR5 memory with a 512 gigabyte storage. So yeah, again, that's the ThinkPad X1. It's 45% off from $2,789 down to $1,534. Alright, on to the next one. Now we have the ThinkCentre Neo 50S Gen 4. It's from Intel. It's running under Intel, by the way. It's running in an Intel with an Intel processor from $1,059. It went down to $953.10. So that's 10% off right there. So for the system specs, we're looking at an i5-13400 processor. This baby features a total of 10 cores and 16 threads. Again, great for multitasking, but not as powerful as the previous laptop though, but still pretty good for workload if you're like watching videos, running heavy software for work. This is a pretty good unit. It also features 8 gigabytes of RAM. That's a DDR4 RAM, by the way, and 256 gigabytes of storage. So if you're looking for like probably a budget-friendly work mini PC, I think this is a pretty good choice. Again, that's $953.10. On to the next one. So we have another laptop, the ThinkPad P14 Gen 5 AMD. So we're looking at the 48% discount. So from $2,289, it goes down to $1,189. So the specs, it's running on a Ryzen 7 Pro 8840HS processor. Now this offers, let me see, 8 cores and 16 threads. Doesn't have a graphics card. It doesn't have a dedicated graphics card. It's still using integrated AMD Radeon 780M graphics, but it does have a sizable 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory. It also has a 1 terabyte storage. So if you're looking for something that can do maybe light gaming, if you're just a very casual gamer, don't need big graphics, this would be a good choice. Plus its Ryzen 7 processor allows it to run various programs. Ryzen 7 is a pretty powerful processor nowadays. So if you're into like heavy workloads, you can say, and light gaming, I believe that the ThinkPad P14S Gen 5 is a pretty good choice. So again, that's 48% off from $1,189 down. Sorry, it's from $2,289 down to $1,189. Now on to the next deal. We have the ThinkStation P3 Tiny Workstation. So it's 50% off from $3,169 down to $1,579. So it features a 13th generation Intel Core processor, i7-13700TV Pro processor. It features 16 cores and 24 threads. Well, basically, this is great for workload. I mean, if you're using heavy programs, or if your work demands a number of programs all at once, considering the 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. So this is a pretty good choice if you want an extra boost when it comes to workload. And it does have a dedicated graphics card. We can see that it features an NVIDIA T1000 8GB GDDR6 graphics. So that means it can play pretty much all games, but not at 1080p. Maybe you have to lower the settings to like medium to low. Maybe it can play demanding games on low settings at maybe 1080p, or maybe you have to bring it down to 720p. But all in all, it's a great workhorse and a pretty, let's say, decent gaming rig. Now, on to the next deal. Now, this time we have the Lenovo Go Wired ANC headset. So, this is basically basically a work headset. So, for example, you need to travel, you need to bring your laptop, you need a headset. This is the go-to pick. So remember, this is a wired headset. As you can see, it has volume buttons, call, mute, Microsoft Teams buttons. It also features, a USB adapter so that it would be, a bit more versatile when you're connecting it to your laptop. So for the key details, Microsoft Teams certified, advanced ANC, ENC, and talk through, left side and right side wearing, flip to mute microphones. It supports USB-C and USB-A connectivity. So that's about it. So if we're looking at the price, it costs $60.99 from $129.99. That's 53% off. You save $69. Nice. Now on to the next deal. We have the Lenovo Professional Wireless Rechargeable Keyboard. Now this is 41% off from $59.99 down to $34.99. So and just in case you're conscious about typing loudly, no need to worry, because it has, responsive scissor switch keys and silent typing. Also, it does have a full 3-zone tilt leg keyboard with worldwide language layouts, just in case you're interested. Okay, again, that's $34.99. It's 41% off. On to the next deal. Now, we have the Legion Tower 5 Gen 8 it's an AMD CPU with an RTX 4070 Super. So this is basically a gaming rig. So it's entering the mid to high-end gaming rig. It's not an enthusiast grade gaming rig, but it's pretty much there. So from $2,079.99, it is now $1,484.99. So that's 28% off. So let's take a look at the specs. So yep, it has a Ryzen 7 processor, and it has a total of 8 cores and 16 threads. This is basically great for gaming though. It also features an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Super. It has 12 gigabytes of GDDR6X RAM or memory. So when we're talking about the 4070 Super, this is great for 1440p gaming, or you can go even up to 4K with DLSS. You'll get like 60 FPS when you're on 4K with DLSS, but if you're gaming on 1440p, it can go up to 60 FPS or more, even on the native resolution. So this is a pretty powerful card, and it could last you, pretty much a good number of years. Like I estimate like 3 to 4 years using this baby. It also features 16 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, and it features a 1 terabyte SSD storage. So yeah, that's the Legion Tower 5 Gen 8 with a 4070. So again, this costs $1,484.99. It's 28% off. Now we have the last deal. This is the ThinkPad Z16 AMD. So again, it's a laptop and it rocks an AMD Ryzen 5 Pro 6650H processor. So much like many Ryzen 5s, it has a 6-core 12-thread processor. It also features an AMD Radeon RX 6500M 4GB GDDR6 graphics card. So it's made for basically light gaming. You can play modern games, but with the advancements of Unreal Engine 5, or if you want to play a really demanding game such as Alan Wake 2 or maybe Hellblade 2, this would pretty much struggle. But if you're playing like older titles or less demanding titles using maybe an Unreal Engine 4 graphics, then this would pretty much do well. Maybe you might get like 30 FPS at 1080p depending on the settings. Maybe if you use FSR and frame generation, you could probably get up to 60 FPS. When it comes to the memory, it features a 16 gigabyte DDR5 memory and a 256 gigabyte SSD storage. So it has a pretty large 16-inch display though, with 3840 by 2400 resolution. So it's pretty big. The resolution is pretty good. And yeah, that's it. That's it for the Lenovo deals. Be sure to click the updated links in the description box for the updated prices, and do note that the prices are subject to change. So be sure to take a close look on the prices as shown in the links that we will provide in the description box. And so yeah, grab the deals while they last, and have a great day, everyone. Again, this is Angelo from In the Tech Room, signing out.